What's going on, guys? And here's Steve here. I am your coach of the Rhode Island Regis, and today is our team prep video for our week 3 match against the Sao Paulo Cyndaquils, coached by our very good friend CharliZard. Honestly, this is one of the worst weeks we can have because we are starting off at 0-2, and she's right now 1-1. I don't know why she's 1-1. She has an amazing, impeccable team, and she is... Oh my god, there's nothing I can do about her team. Her team is just really well constructed, and we have such huge gaps in our roster that honestly it makes me scared for my life to go up against her. But to go over her team real quick, she has a Zapdos, Entei, Vaporeon, Metagross, Weezing, Meganium, Houndoom, Gliscor, Gardevoir, Honchkrow, and Salamence. And the way that I'm doing this kind of team build is kind of like explaining each of my thoughts process and what I'm actually afraid of. But if you guys are excited for this team prep video, I know it's kind of late, but please smash that button down below. Later on today we're going to face off against her, so hopefully we do pretty decently with the team we brought. But if you want to show your support for your Rhode Island Regis and hopefully get our first win this season, I highly doubt it, but if we end up getting our first win this season, that'll be incredible. But remember, guys, to leave your like down below, show your support for your Rhode Island Regis, and hopefully we can snag ourselves a win and just go out with a bang and try to get our first win of the season against one of the most threatening teams in the league right now. Because her core right now, her Firewater core is the Entei, Vaporeon, and the Meganium. The Meganium is a problem because in our team we have so many things that are weak to grass right now, and the Meganium she might bring just to hit the gap that that really needs to get hit. The Vaporeon might bring, since I do have a lot of water types in the team, so she can just water absorb everything in, and because we have Fion, Keldeo, and Rhode Watch, and the Vaporeon is looking more and more viable each time that we see this team. The Zapdos, again, we finally got our Claydol, the letter rip, and at least if she brings the Zapdos, we have an answer for her, so she cannot freely volt switch out. And at least with our Claydol, we can actually do some work against these Zapdos, even if it's especially defensive. We have things that we can hit it with, and hopefully we can make our... My mindset going into this match is we need to hit everything really hard, and we need to find walls for certain things. That's what I came up to do. I came up because her core is extremely hard hitting. My biggest problem is that I cannot bring my Mega this week. Mega Altaria gets wrecked by pretty much half her team, but if I brought it, her biggest hitting Mon, which would be the Gardevoir, wrecks our Mega 100%. The Metagross wrecks our Mega. The only thing we need our Mega for is for the Salamence, so she doesn't have a free Draco Meter or Dragon Claw, so she can get a Short Scarf Moxie Boost going. But even if that happens, we have ways to kind of get around it either way. The Salamence is a problem, yes, but we have so many things that can cover the Salamence, and we have so many ways that we can potentially stall out the Salamence where it doesn't become a problem anymore. So we have ways to kind of work around it. So hopefully, now that you guys see her team, why her team is so well constructed, the Houndoom is not really that big of a threat. If it comes, it comes. We can't really do much about it. But Houndoom is just here to pretty much fill her Mega spot. The Gliscor is very defensive. The Weezing is very defensive as well. The Honchkrow can hit really hard. A Brave Bird hits really hard. A Stab a Sucker Punch is going to demolish everything. That thing gets superpower, which is gonna be a problem for us. Well, honestly, I think that her team is pretty really well rounded, but what we brought to the table, it's a little bit unconventional. It really is, but hopefully with this team that we brought, we have a good amount of a decent bulk and like a mindset going like into this, that we can actually do some work. First off, we have Kagome the Ninetales. Ninetales is here to hit her team in the weakest spots. I'm actually going to switch this into Hidden Power Rock, which I need to fix, because what I noticed, actually no, not, I need a rock type move, but I cannot get rid of Hidden Power Ice. That's my only problem. You're gonna run one Hidden Power. Let's just run Ice. Let's just run Ice for now. Let's just run Ice, because we hit a lot of things with like Hidden Power Ice. My only problem is Kagome, it is like AV, but cannot take a hit. Cannot take any 2 hits from the Vaporeon, and this is an easy switch in for the Vaporeon, but this is our 100% like wall to the Houndoom for the Flamethrower, and for the Entei for the Flare Blitz and the whatchamacallit, the Sacred Fire. So we have one wall for that. We have a fire like immunity. If she goes for the Flare Blitz, we can just go for Kagome, protect the Flare Blitz, go into Kagome, get the Flash Fire off, and try to hit it with like either like extrasensory or like Flamethrower, trying to something like that. Or we can predict that she's not banded and go out into like let it rip while she goes for the bulldoze. That's other ways to do it, so that like let it rip does not take the hit from this thing from the Entei. She'll be kind of afraid of it. If anything, we do have Raging Rock as well, but that's going up later on. Kagome's here only to hit everything really hard, plus we need a check for the Weezing. We don't have a check for the Weezing. The only thing we have for the Weezing is the Kagome and the Claydol. The Weezing is such an defensive, it's such a wall that we have to hit it extremely hard in the special side. The only way to hit it really hard in the special side is with a psychic type move. I don't know, I'm like really runny lady. I don't know what happened, but it's fine. So Kagome is pretty much like 4 moves, hits really hard, try to take a hit or 2 from either the Gardevoir, cause like we completely like we outspeed the Gardevoir. The Entei has to be jolly to speed tie with us. The Salamence has to be jolly to speed tie with us. So we pretty much outspeed. We either speed tie or like outspeed the rest of our team with this set. The Zapdos gets hit really hard by like HP Ice. Honestly, even HP Rock wouldn't be bad in this thing, because then we can hit everything else. But my only problem is it's the Gliscor. If the Gliscor like comes in on a switch, like HP Rock won't do as much. Like HP Ice does about 67 to 70% on the switch, so he cannot take 2 of them. So Gliscor cannot take 2 of them, and that's the only good thing. It can go for Roost, but we still like it in the next turn, and we like outspeed it either way. So Kagome's here just to hit really hard. It's faster. This is a fully like offensive team with probably 2 walls in between. Next we have, of course, only the Wooden Wash, Choice Scarf with Trick, Hydro Pump, Will Switch, and Hidden Power Ice. Again, this thing, it suffers from the 4 moves like syndrome, because we could go for the Will-O-Wisp, but she has 2 things that are like immune to it. Plus, like the Metagross is not really a big problem. The Metagross is a big problem, but we have ways to counter it. We have like a way to either like put it to sleep. We have like Elvis to like a Life Orb. Like Sucker Punch does, I think, about 85%, so it's not even 2. There's no way for it to regenerate life either way. And plus, we do have sleep on on our Rosarade, and the Regirock can like handle it either way. So I'm not really worried about that. We have ways to counter the Metagross if it comes to it. My biggest thing is we want to Choice Scarf either the Vaporeon, the Zapdos, because annoying her, she'll bring a especially like defensive like Zapdos, and the best thing about that is that especially like defense like Zapdos will hold the leftovers. If we give her the Choice Scarf, it's already going to like outspeed like a good like part of our team. So if we can like either Choice Scarf her into like a defog for some reason, she has to switch out, we get like the leftovers, and we can like kind of like predict where like she's gonna go with. We can go for like a slow like Volt Switch like on ourselves, and hopefully my biggest things, Quarters Only is here to trick either the Entei, the Zapdos, or the Weezing. Hopefully not the Weezing, because I'm thinking it might have Black Sludge. The Gliscor will have the Toxic Orb. The Honchkrow might have the Life Orb, and the Salamence might have either a Bandit or Scarf. So if I give it to like anybody, I want to give it to the Vaporeon, to the Metagross, maybe the Gardevoir. It's still completely like outspeeds our entire team no matter what, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe the Meganium if it comes to it. Then we can just like Volt Switch out Hidden Power Ice. Again, it's for the Gliscor and all of her flying types. She has a very huge like weakness to ice, so hopefully we take kind of like advantage of that. I'm just keeping my piece of paper. Hopefully we take like advantage of that. Honestly, I don't think that she's gonna bring too many things that are weak to ice, so probably the Gliscor and Zapdos, or just the Zapdos and the Meganium, or she probably will only bring two things that are like weak to ice. So having so many things that with like Hidden Power Ice is still like essential just in case, because if it is like Gliscor on the would have watched like outright, just like it kills it. The Zapdos Hidden Power Ice does more than Hydro Pump or the Volt Switch, so we kinda need that. The Honchkrow, I don't think she's gonna bring it. If she does, we have our Regirock to wall it. Even like a superpower does, I think at most 56%, at most it does about half. The Salamence, it's like 4 times like offensive to it, so we have ways to get rid of like a lot of her threats, which is really scary, because Quarters Only is only here to hit hard and get out. Hit hard and get out, that's the plan of this entire match, because if we play it for like the bulk for bulk, we lose automatically to the Gardevoir. That's my biggest thing. Next, we have another hard-hitting mon. The first 4 are all hard-hitting mons. This is our water resistant, our grass like resistant. I think we can take like a Iron Head. I don't know exactly. I doubt it with that really bad like defense, but we can go out into in this versus the Zapdos. We can go out in this against the Gardevoir. Like Hyper Voice, not Hyper Voice, Moonblast, I think that's around 40% either way, but a Slush Bomb kills. Like after the rocks, the Slush Bomb kills, we completely outspeed this thing. We speed crap this thing. We are at base 90. I think Gardevoir max speed, I think it was Gardevoir max speed, Jolly hits 145. Sorry, Jolly or Timid hits 145 max speed. We are 146, and no matter what kind of variant, except for Scarf, no matter what variant, we completely outspeed it. So the rest, I just give it to like HP and some in like my special defense, just to take at least one like 1 or 2 hits depending what set she is. A Sludge Bomb will kill. A Sludge Bomb hits the Gardevoir and the Meganium really hard. Hits the Vaporeon hard no matter what. Plus then we have like the Magical Leaf to complete like like kill this thing. I wanted to run the life orb set, but I needed the life orb for somebody else. So for right now, a technician boosted on a medical leaf or like a sleep powder would be great. Like hitting power ground is to, in case we get hit with a switch and we predict it, we can catch the Entei off guard. We can catch the Metagross like outright. If she wants to switch to from like the, if we predict like the switch from Gardevoir to like the Metagross, we can go for the hidden power ground. That is like clean more than half, and then we have to like switch out. Like everything else, we hit pretty decently. We cannot stay in on the Honchkrow, so pretty much we have to reserve our walls as much as we can, because there's not much we can do. We can only switch in so many times where like our team will be like hindered down after the first few turns. So we have to predict the very first thing over and over again. We have to make sure that we get enough hits so that so that our like fastest mons can just like get rid of all the rest of our team. Next we have Elvis, the Skuntank. It returns once again with the life orb this time. The ability Stench, because I didn't know this, but Stench increase it's a 10% chance to flinch. So like a Sucker Punch flinch might be really helpful. Poison Jab for hit the Gardevoir. It OHKOs the Gardevoir. Period. It OHKOs the Gardevoir. Pursuit to play that kind of like mindset. Like, are you really gonna like switch out or not? We come in this thing. We go in like on the Gardevoir. The Gardevoir has to switch out. It has to switch out because it does not want to take a Poison Jab. 252 in attack, 4 in special defense, and 252 in speed. 252 in speed doesn't really matter because if the Gliscor is not like invested in speed, we like outspeed it, because Gliscor at 50, just 122. Like we have speed like the Gliscor. If it doesn't have speed, the Honchkrow I think we speed. Yeah, like we like outspeed everything. The Meganium we outspeed. Max like Gardevoir we outspeed. Metagross we completely like outspeed, but we have to make sure we play around the Metagross because it can have like EQ, and EQ will kill us. That's our main set. Our main like mindset on that. Honestly, like this thing and like explosion. I had to bring someone with like explosion just to kind of surprise like Charlie. She has the idea that I'm going to bring all 3 of my like exploding mons, which I did, and they're all gonna have explosion. So she's going to have like like to protect on everything. That's what she said. I'm only bringing 1 mon like with like explosion, and that's just because I like outspeed like a lot of her team. That if I whittle down her team enough, I can kill like something on Switch. So hopefully that works out in our favor. Next we have Big Boy Man, which I forgot to write down. Big Boy Man, the Regirock, completely defensive. Big Boy Man, look at that. Oh my god, look at that defensive stat. 277 in defense, 252 in HP, and 4 in attack. We don't need to hit as hard with our Regirock with a clear body, so we don't get like intimidated by the Salamence. People were telling me to run sturdy. I don't know why. We live any hit no matter what. We live every hit no matter what, especially defensive or like just like the regular like a defensive. We live every hit. We just can't get burned. We cannot let like anything happen to this thing. We're rocking like the Ice Punch, EQ, Thunder Wave, and Stealth Rock. This is our main Stealth Rocker because I don't think Let It Rip gets it. Yes, it does. Okay, so we have 2 ways to get up rocks. If she thinks we only have like 1 way to get up, we have 2. We have 2 ways. The Thunder Wave is to slow down her team. Thunder Wave, if we get a para, I'm sorry, but that's the way we need to play this time around. If we get a para, perfect. We need to be faster than her team in order to sweep. We need the Stealth Rocks up in order to win. The only way to win is to win down her team enough so either Megusta quarters only or Kagome can sweep her team outright. hopefully we play this right. This thing can take 2, either Flare Blitz, EQ, or the second fire from like an Entei. It can take hits from the Entei. That's my biggest thing. The Entei is going to be so hard to hit. Like the S1 to hit like any of our flying mons, and the like EQs to hit the Metagross, the Entei, and the Houndoom. Yes, we get walled by Weezing. I'm not staying in on the Weezing. There's no way for me to stay in the Weezing. We can like Thunder Wave it and like Stealth Rocks. That's pretty much it. It can Willow us, but that's fine because we only if it does like Willow us, it sucks. It really does, but it's fine. Like we'll live either way. But like the big boy man's here to take hits from the Entei and the Metagross, which is our biggest threats right now. Next, last but not least, we have Let It Rip the Claydol. Yes, if you see like in our team, we don't have any kind of recovery. The only recovery mon that we have are Skarmory and like Altera, which I did not bring this week because we get completely bodied if we bring that core. If we bring that core, we get bodied by her entire team. There's we're slower. Like we're slow like as it is, and honestly, the Gardevoir has so much like coverage that it would be stupid for us to bring the Gardevoir, it would be stupid for us to bring the Skarmory against her. The Skarmory was not gonna do anything. The Skarmory was probably gonna do what I was planning to do was be really stupid and get the rocks and 2 layers of spikes with the Custap Berry, but that'll be pretty much me just like sacking off a mon where she has 2 really good like defoggers that would have a chance to like defog either way, because like my team won't like one shot no matter what. So instead, we ended up bringing 4 really like offensive threats into walls. So what we ended up bringing like Big Boy Man and Let It Rip. Let It Rip is here to spin away any hazards so that our Ninetales doesn't get hit hard, and everything else doesn't get hit that hard, so that they can live a little bit longer. Like the Ice Beam. There we go with another. I'm seriously thinking of taking out these like Earth Power for a Psychic, because like Earth Power doesn't do as much, or even actually hold up, what Zapdos specially defensive Claydol, because I don't know, because the Ice Beam does 22 to 26%. How much does the Psychic do? Psychic does 19 to. It's either go for broke. I might have to switch the Earth Power for the Psychic, or the Ice Beam for the Psychic. See, this is what I mean by it's hard to pick what her team is going to be, because we need this. We need this to take out the Weezing, because we can wall the Weezing with this thing. Because Weezing, physically defensive Weezing. A Slush Bomb only does 10%, and a Psychic is a 2-hit KO no matter what. And we cannot hit it with anything else. So either we get rid of the Stealth Rocks and go for the Psychic. So it'll be a spinner with 3 hits, or we go for don't have a spinner in the team. What I think is really dumb for us to not have a spinner, because our team loses to not having a spin blocker. But the best way to stop a Volt Switch is the Ice Beam, so we need the Ice Beam. The Earth Powers to hit the Entei, but do we really want to stay in on the Entei? No, because we have EQ for that, and Big Boy Man can take a hit from the Entei. So probably Earth Power is not needed, and we can just go for Psychic. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yep. That's what I have to do. I have to go for the Psychic. I have to go for Psychic. There's nothing else I can do. So some life editing right now, cause like I'm just like looking at her team again. It's like the Earth Power was to hit the Entei and the Metagross, but I don't want to stay in this thing with the Metagross out there, cause the Metagross has I don't think I can even hit the Metagross hard either way. Cause Meter Mash does have and Headbutt does less, Hammer Arm does less, Grass Knot does the most 20 to 30%. And how much does Earth Power do? Earth Power to a Metagross, that's a lot of power. Oh my goodness. Okay, so on that note, this is hard. This is so hard because we have nothing to hit. So we have to give it up to Stuff Rocks. We have to give it up to Stuff Rocks on this thing. Oh, the Rapid Spin. Stealth Rocks or Rapid Spin. That's bane of my existence. Stealth Rocks or Rapid Spin. Okay, how much does do to Big Boy Man? How much do to Big Boy Man? What's your name? Reggie Rock. Big Boy Man. Meter Mash does Grass Knot does more, but I'm not really worried about Grass Knot. EQ does 47%. EQ does 47%. That's pathetic. That's really pathetic. Okay. Well, we have answers for the Metagross either way. Comes the time we need it, we have answers for it. So I don't think Let It Rip is such unnecessary to have Earth Power. Yes, it hits it really hard, but I don't think it's necessary. I hope it's not necessary. I'm really thinking about this. Should I just get rid of the Stealth Rocks on? I need Stealth Rocks on this thing because we can come in on the Zapdos and set up rocks. Take like a hidden power ice, and we have to lay the rocks for free. This is the biggest concern right now because you only have 4 moves that you can do, but like Ice Beam hits the Gliscor. The Psychic hits the Vaporeon. The Ice Beam hits the Zapdos. Hits the Meganium. Hits the Honchkrow. Hits the Salamence. Earth Power hits the Entei, the Metagross, and that's about it. I'm just gonna leave it as it is. I'm not even gonna bother. Just gonna leave it as it is. Just leave it with like the Ice Beam and the Psychic. See what I mean? Her team is so like diverse that whatever like team of 6, I'm so like afraid of, because if she brings like the Sun again, like how she did like last week, she's going to completely body us no matter what, because a Solar Power like Houndoom is going to do too much damage. I'm not gonna be able to lift anything. I will have to play around that, try to kind of like wither it down as much as I can, and hopefully Stealth Rocks plus everything else would do a significant amount. But we just have to play with the rolls. The Citrus Berry is the only way of recovery for him. Unfortunately, we cannot do like a Solvage. We cannot do Specs. Life Orb, there's no way I want to do Life Orb. Lumberry, it's not really a problem. Like Air Balloon, I'm a Levitating user, so it's not really a big deal. Alright, so this is what we have to rock up with. Alright, so my 2 main core is not gonna work. Keldeo gets walled by a lot of things. Yes, it's a really hard hitting mon, but it does get rid of the Gliscor, the Entei, and the Salamence and the Houndoom, but it's not really what we need in this team right now, because Gardevoir, Metagross, Vaporeon, Zapdos, Weezing, the Meganium, the Honchkrow walls it, so there's no point. Oh my god, so this is the team that we're gonna rock out with. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like down below. This is a very stressful week for us because we need a win, but we of course are up against one of our biggest threats, but we do get to play her again, so maybe in the second time, like after like a win or two, we can go like hyper like offensive again and just go for pretty much an all-out sweep. But if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like down below. Thank you so much for staying like with us for this long. Honestly, it's gonna be super hard week. It all depends on how we play. It all depends on how she plays. It all depends how everything goes, cause it's really scary. But smash the like button down below. Show your support for Charlie down below as well. She is an amazing like a person, friend, and a great online battler. Even though she doesn't think so, she's really good. Such a hard week this week. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you in the battle tomorrow. Peace.